Hi, this is Hart, and I am making a quick birthday card for an individual who is turning 94 years old. And I've grabbed a handmade hard card stock of some beautiful paper with some flowers on it and some scrap papers to create this card. I first tear the scrap paper, and then I use score tape to attach the scrap paper to the bottom. As I go through the process, I wanted to make sure that my edge with the tape was perfectly on the edge, so instead of cutting the scrap paper in advance to match the length of the card, I just eyeballed it and then trim it with my scissors here in a second. I'm always fussing with this score tape to get it off because I have the short nails. Now that I've trimmed it off, I decide that I want to use the washi tape that has the polka dots because it's so perfect in color sitting on the edge there to match the bottom scrap paper. I went into my stash and I need to use up some of my stickers, so I do have a happy birthday sticker. It's not the perfect color scheme, but it is adorable. And I'm choosing from my magazine cuttings which image, and in this case it's a hand that's holding a little girl and little boy and the earth. And so I use an all-purpose glue stick to glue this image down because that does a really good job with magazine images. So if she decides to keep the card, it will last quite a while. Now that I've glued it on, I decide where I want to put the happy birthday sticker. But the sticky doesn't always stick on stickers for a very long period of time. Oops, I forgot. I darken the edges so it stands out a bit on the page. Oh, how boring to sit and watch me darken the edges, but hey, we all do it, and even this section is sped up, but it takes me a bit. Now I'm attaching the score tape to the back of it to ensure that it stays, not just through the mail, but if she decides to keep it for a while. The placement on the right seemed too cluttered, so on the left looked good above the washi tape. So I'm fussing with the back of the score tape to get the second part of the cover off. Stick it down, and we move on to inking the whole edge of the front of the card. I like inking the edges of cards because it gives you a finished look, and then any of your cuts that have a white edge to them, I like to cover that up. Okay, now that the edges are inked, decide I want to make sure that the earth and the hand look highlighted over on the right, so I grab a white marker, and these are my galaxy markers. They do act like paint when you draw with them, so when you put your first bit on, it's light, which is kind of nice because it's it's a little transparent. And so you'll see that I go over this one quite a bit to give the dark color of the white, the opaqueness of the white. And what this does for me is it gives it a bit of a highlight. Now, since I'm highlighting it, I only wanted to stick to the right and to the top of the hand. And now I'm using a blue marker because the little boy is wearing blue. And at first I was going to edge it, then I decide right here that it would look really cool if water was coming off of the earth and next to the little boy. So I draw in a bit of water. Just in blue is not quite enough. So I go back to my white marker and I highlight that water using the same left to right stroke. The card is almost done here. I do appreciate you watching the video, and hopefully this lovely 94-year-old lady will enjoy the card when she receives it. And it's such a big birthday that the age goes on the front. And so I just draw the number 94, do a little squiggle around it, put some dots inside of the squiggle, and then give it a lettering style that gives it some dimension, so it's not so simple. I use a bit of glitter glue to highlight the little girl's yellow dress in the hand so that it stands out a bit more. And then I also use the glitter glue to highlight the number 94. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click to subscribe down below. Have a good day and take care.